Okay, hi guys. So this video, let me make. Okay, hi guys. So this video is a little different than the ones I usually do. Um, Usually I do something scripted, but we're gonna go off script with this one. I've wanted to see Pierce the Veil in concert. Because I've seen them. I think I've only seen them once. I think I've only seen them in concert once. Oh my god. I don't know why I kept thinking they were on the American Dream tour, but that was definitely it was Let Live, Issues, Bring Me the Horizon, and Of Mice and Men. Let Live did not perform, but they were supposed to be on tour. Anyway, I went on their page because I was like, okay, they're going on tour. I'm gonna go see them in Richmond because my friend lives there. I was like, all right, bet. So I go on their page. 'Cause I'm like, I haven't seen them since 2017. Like I haven't like physically looked at them. I haven't looked at pictures. I like since 2017 since I saw them live. Because I was like, all right, this is my high school graduation. Leave the things behind. Although me listening to them was not childish, and I know that now as an adult. But anyway, so I go on their page today, and I'm like, whoa, Mike isn't in any of these pictures. And I was like, what? Like, I was like, did they kick Mike out of the group? And then I'm like immediately going to Google, and it's like Mike, like former musician. I was like, is he dead? He's not dead. He's just retired from doing music. He's not coming back to PTV apparently, and it might surprise you because it surprised me. He apparently he was accused. Okay, it's not surprising because of the scene that they were in, but it surprises me that Mike was like knowing. Okay, at least in one of these situations, Mike was like knowingly involved, and that's crazy to me. Also, these allegations all came out in 2017. The band publicly announced his departure in 2020. I just didn't hear about it until 2023. So I even hate to bring this up, but they're going on tour and they're going on tour without Mike. Like they've really like stood firm on his removal from the band, like him stepping down. So Mike is alive. He's alive and well. And I went and read today, and apparently he had inappropriate relationships with minors. And these allegations are from over a decade ago. I remember one was from 2008. I can't remember the other. But so the first person, she admitted to she was 16 at the time. She told him that she was 18. And both of these involved. Oh no, she told him that she was 18. They had been hooking up for like a couple years. They were hooking up when she was underage. But he just like they had intercourse, but he just didn't know her age apparently. At least in the beginning. I'm not part of the relationship. I don't know like what happened. She could have told him. Who knows? Um, and then I was like, okay, that's interesting because even I was like, when I was that age, when I was 14, I mean, my mom wasn't allowing me to go to concerts, so this like never would have happened. But I mean, I wanted to. I followed Band Whores Anonymous. I was a 14-year-old trying to like get down with. If I had the opportunity, I probably would have lied about my age. I'm just not gonna lie. I'm just not gonna lie. But does that mean that I like knew what it would have come with? Like no, like not at all. Like it was like in theory, it was like I had a in my head at 14, it was like, in theory, this is what intercourse is. But like, that doesn't mean like I would have been okay. Especially like thinking back now, I'm like, if I was 14 and a 24-year-old had intercourse with me, like, I don't know, I would not be okay today. But also, well, let's take a step back. So with the girl that was 16 at the time, I was like, at first I went, oh yeah, I brought up me being 14 and wanting to do these things because I was like, oh yeah, if I was 16, I would have lied about my age and tried to go after an older guy. And then I had to think about it, and I was like, girl, he was 24. And I was like, you're 23 right now, and you would never talk to a 16-year-old. I wouldn't even talk to a 20-year-old. I wouldn't even talk to a 20-year-old. Like, I'm about to be 24. I just, in theory, like, you wouldn't. Not in theory, in practice. In practice. And I was just like, and just specifically, like, I'm about to be 24. I would never see myself talking to a 16-year-old. And then I was like, okay, he thought she was 18. Still wouldn't see myself talking to an 18-year-old. But on to the next person, he knew her age. They met, exchanged numbers, and she was, I think, 14 or something. And then on her 15th birthday, he asked her for nudes. And I was just like, I was absolutely disgusted by this. I'm happy that the girls came out about it. I've like done some crazy things. I did crazy things at that time. That's like when you were first started, like, it was really like the rise of social media at that time, the rise of like sending pics. Like, I've done things at the time that like I would really be ashamed of. I'm happy they came forward. I probably wouldn't come forward with any of the things I was involved in about like the adults because, like, to be honest, probably don't even know their names at this big age. I've just forgotten about it. I'm happy that there's some accountability on Mike's part. I'm happy that there's accountability on the band's part. I don't know, like, where do they go from there? Like, as fans, like, where do you go from there? I don't think anyone pressed charges. I think they just like made this information public. I don't think that when they made the information public that Mike was talking to children. If he was, I'm really glad that they did, because you don't want things to happen to you to happen to someone else. But those are really my only thoughts. I don't know. I just don't know. It doesn't. I don't want to be like, this doesn't change the way that it changes the way that I view Mike. Because I was young and I was like, oh, well, first of all, I was like, I was trying to go with Jaime. I was really trying to go with Jaime. But the rest of the band, I was like, they're so cute. Like, I was like, Tony's a little like turtle. Like, they're just cute, you know? And I was like, okay, they're just cute. Even if like, and now I'm like, oh God, like, what the hell are they doing behind the scenes? And then back to like the band Whore's Anonymous page, the Tumblr page, like, I'm on here like getting all these tips about how I can get back to the tour bus, like that, and it's like, how many stories like were blocked? Like, and those girls posted like everything, and like the bands like hated them. I feel like they were a part of the destruction of Warped, which is good because Warped was like the assaults that happened at Warped were like, I'm glad my mom never let me go. But what are your thoughts? I don't even know if you can have thoughts for something like this. Did you guys know that Mike wasn't in the band anymore? Like, I just didn't know he wasn't in the band. That's the entire point of this video. It's like, what was this silent exit? But see you guys in the next one. Bye.